India is a land of opportunities, and it has seen not one, not two, but many rags to riches stories. Ambani family is just one of them. And today, we will talk about the second richest man in India. Welcome to The Rich Rabbit. In this video, we'll be talking about the life journey of Mukesh Ambani. But first things first, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do consider doing it. And don't forget to click the bell icon. Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani was born on April 19, 1957 in the British Crown colony of Aden, present-day Yemen, to Dhirubhai Ambani and Kokilaben Ambani. He has a younger brother, Anil Ambani, and two sisters, Nida Bhadrashyam Kothari and Dipti Dattaraj Salgankar. He lived only briefly in Yemen because his father decided to move back to India in 1958 to start a trading business that focused on spices and textiles. The latter was originally named Vimal but later changed to only Vimal. His family lived in a modest two-bedroom apartment in Bhuleshwar, Mumbai until the 1970s. The family's financial status slightly improved when they moved to India, but Ambani still lived in a communal society, used public transportation, and never received an allowance. Dhirubhai later purchased a 14-floor apartment block called Seawind in Colaba, where until recently Ambani and his brother lived with their families on different floors. Ambani attended the Hill Grange High School at Padar Road, Mumbai, along with his brother and Anand Jain, who later became his close associate. After his secondary schooling, he studied at the St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. He then received a BE degree in chemical engineering from the Institute of Chemical Technology. Ambani later enrolled for an MBA at Stanford University, but withdrew in 1980 to help his father build Reliance, which at the time was still a small but fast-growing enterprise. His father felt that real-life skills were harnessed through experiences and not by sitting in a classroom. So in order to do that, he called his son back to India from Stanford to take command of a yarn manufacturing project in his company. Ambani has been quoted as saying that he was influenced by his teachers William F. Sharp and Manmohan Sharma because they're the kind of professors who made you think outside the box. In 1981, he started to help his father run their family business, Reliance Industries Ltd, or RIL. By this time, it had already expanded so that it also dealt in refining and petrochemicals. The business also included products and services in retail and telecommunications industries. Reliance Retail Limited, another subsidiary, is also the largest retailer in India. Reliance Jio has earned a top 5 spot in the country's telecommunications services since its public launch on September 5, 2016. As of 2016, Ambani was ranked 36 and has consistently held the title of India's richest persons on Forbes magazine's list for the past 10 years. He is the only Indian businessman on Forbes' list of the world's most powerful people. He surpassed Jack Ma, executive chairman of Alibaba Group, to become Asia's richest person with a net worth of $44.3 billion in July 2018. In 1980, the Indian government under Indira Gandhi opened PFY polyester filament yarn manufacturing to the private sector. Dhirubhai Ambani applied for a license to set up a PFY manufacturing plant. Obtaining the license was a long drawn-out process requiring a strong connection within the bureaucracy system, because the government at the time was restricting large-scale manufacturing, making the importation of yarn for the textiles impossible. In spite of stiff competition from Tata's, Birlas, and 43 others, Dhirubhai was awarded the license, more commonly addressed as License Raj. To help him build a PFY plant, Dhirubhai pulled his eldest son out of Stanford to work with him in the company. Ambani did not return to his university program, leading Reliance's backward integration. It is when companies own their suppliers to generate more revenue and improve efficiency. After joining the company, he reported daily to Rasikbhai Miswani, then executive director. The company was being built from scratch with the principle of everybody contributing to the business and not heavily depending on selected individuals. Dhirubhai treated him as a business partner, allowing him the freedom to contribute even with little experience. This principle came into play after Rasikbhai's death in 1985, along with Dhirubhai suffering a stroke in 1986 when all the responsibility shifted to Ambani and his brother. Mukesh Ambani set up Reliance Infocom Ltd, which was focused on information and communications technology initiatives. At the age of 24, Ambani was given charge of the construction of Patalganga petrochemical plant, when the company was heavily investing in oil refinery and petrochemicals. On July 6, 2002, Mukesh's father died after suffering a second stroke, which elevated tensions between the brothers as Dhirubhai had not left a will for the distribution of the empire in 2004. Their mother intervened to stop the feud, splitting the company into two, Ambani receiving control of Reliance Industries Ltd and Indian Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, which was later approved by the Mumbai High Court in December 2005. Ambani directed and led the creation of the world's largest grassroots petroleum refinery at Jamnagar, India. It had the capacity to produce 660,000 barrels per day in 2010, integrated with petrochemicals, power generation, port, and related infrastructure. At a summit in Mohali in 2013, Ambani announced the possibility of a collaborative venture with Bharti Airtel in setting up digital infrastructure for the 4G network in India. In June 18, 2014, Mukesh Ambani, while addressing a meeting of Reliance Industries, said he will invest Rs 1.8 trillion across businesses in the next 3 years and launch 4G broadband services in 2015. Ambani was elected as a member into the National Academy of Engineering in 2016 for engineering and business leadership in oil, refineries, petrochemical products, and related industries. In February 2016, Ambani-led Jio launched its own 4G smartphone brand named LYF. In June that year, it was India's third largest selling mobile phone brand. The release of the service, Reliance Jio Infocom Limited, commonly known as Jio, in September 2016 was a success, and Reliance's shares increased. During the 40th annual general meeting of RIL, he announced bonus shares in the ratio of 1:1, which is the country's largest bonus issue in India. In February 2014, a first information report alleging criminal offences was filed against Ambani for alleged irregularities in the pricing of natural gas from the KG Basin. Arvind Kejriwal, who had a short stint as Delhi's chief minister, has accused various political parties of being silent on the gas price issue. Kejriwal has asked both Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi to clear their stand on the gas pricing issue. Kejriwal has alleged that the central government allowed the price of gas to be inflated to $8 a unit, though Ambani's company spends only $1 to produce a unit, which meant a loss of Rs 540 billion to the country annually. Now moving on to his personal life, he married Nita Ambani in 1985. They have two sons, Akash and Anand, and a daughter Isha, who is Akash's twin. They met after his father attended a dance performance, which Nita took part in, and thought of the idea of arranging a marriage between the two. They lived in Antilia, a private 27-story building in Mumbai, which was valued at a whopping $1 billion. It was the most expensive private residence in the world at the time it was built. The building requires a staff of 600 for maintenance. It includes 3 helipads, a 160-car garage, private movie theater, swimming pool, and a fitness center. In 2007, Ambani gifted his wife a $60 million Airbus A319 for her 44th birthday. The Airbus, with a capacity of 180 passengers, has been custom fitted to include a living room, bedroom, satellite television, Wi-Fi, sky bar, jacuzzi, and an office. Ambani was titled the world's richest sports team owner after his purchase of the IPL cricket team Mumbai Indians for over $111 million in 2008. Ambani is a strict vegetarian and a teetotaler. During the fiscal year ending March 31, 2012, he reportedly decided to forego nearly $240 million from his annual pay as chief of Reliance Industries Ltd. He elected to do this even as RIL's total remuneration packages to its top management personnel increased during their fiscal year. Ambani holds a 50.4% stake in the company. In early 2019, a court in Mumbai held his younger brother Anil Ambani in criminal contempt for non-payment of debt Reliance Communications owed to Swedish game maker Ericsson. Instead of jail time, the court gave Anil a month to come up with the funds. At the end of the month, however, Mukesh bailed out his younger brother, paying the debt. And with that, it's time for us to call an end to a highly motivational and inspirational journey of an Indian business juggernaut. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Your valuable suggestions are very important to us, so do post them in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next video.